The path is your own journey.
Right.
The initiate has to go on its own journey. And you can't take nothing with you. And you at the goddamn crossroads. And the crossroads is, are you ready to go to the next level?
Yeah.
Because guess what? I can't take you to the next level. You got to make that decision.
Man, I don't know. I'm just having one of those mornings, man. Having one of those mornings where it ain't like you just wake up on the wrong side of the bed. It's more like when your tolerance level is kind of running low because you hold capacity for some of the bullshit. That's what I learned on this path, on this journey, that you're going to have to hold some space for the bullshit. Some space for fake ass people. Some space for people that swear they getting over and swear you don't see what's going on and all that kind of shit. You're going to have to hold space for them people. You know what I mean? Just to tolerate it. Just to tolerate it. And I'm talking about on the most subtle level though. Like, I think that when you just a real person and you're an authentic person and you got a soul, I'm just talking for those of us that's on a total different type of mission. We on a mission our family don't understand. Your significant other might not really truly understand all the way and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? The tolerance for people not being themselves is the ultimate test. It got to be the ultimate test. I think throughout all of this spiritual shit, all of this journey and all that, the ultimate test is how humble can you be amongst people that don't have the same awareness that you got? How humble can you be amongst everybody else? Or are you gonna put yourself on a pedestal of some sort and think you better than everybody because you know some shit or whatever the case may be? That ain't what I'm talking about here. I don't never allow myself to feel like I'm better than people. I just feel like I got the awareness to maximize my potential in certain areas of my life that's righteous and rightful for me. You know what I'm saying? Because everything ain't for everybody. Anyway, it's just a lot of brainwashing going on. It's a lot of tiptoeing and sugarcoating too. So a lot of people don't tell motherfuckers how they actually feel. So it's like almost lawyer talk or some shit. Motherfuckers just meet up. They could be family and everything. And it's like they sitting at the table and they trying to position each other without revealing their true intentions. And I don't fuck with that. Because I'm always looking for what's behind the mask? What's behind the reason why you hearing shit like that? What's the motive? That's it. That's the business we in when we talking about spirituality. When we talking about spirituality, it ain't all roses and confetti. We talking about digging deep, mining like you mining for fucking diamonds or something. And people that mine for diamonds, some days all they dig up is fucking clay and dirt. They don't never find a diamond for weeks, for months. But they trust that something is there. I'm having a hard time trusting that it's something near in people now. Like, I'm like, is the spark there or not? Can you wake the fuck up? Can you be real? Can you actually find yourself? Is the potential actually there? Who am I to judge this shit? Like, I ain't God to say if a person got the potential or not, but I am being shown day in and day out that people just don't want shit. People just don't want shit. People want whatever's on the surface level, whatever's going to feed they right now. So that shit is just very limited. Cars, clothes, whatever the case may be, a relationship or whatever the case, or having people thinking highly of them. We need to be the same people that cannot sit a moment alone with themselves, right? This is the world we live in. I think I'm past the point of being so hopeful for masses of people to awaken. I'm starting to see like, damn, people getting hit with the monkeypox fear campaign, the COVID fear campaign, the war fear campaign. They got all this shit going on, and gas prices, everything sky high in real life though. This is happening in real life, and people still find time to be fake. Now I understand on some level by default people fake just off the simple fact they don't understand they self, fuck with they self, and got time for they self, or they don't make time. It's not easy when you realize something about yourself that's not really cohesive to who you say you are, what you trying to be. It don't feel good when you realize you got a blind spot or two. Then that opened up a whole nother world. You like, damn, if I got 2 blind spots, then I probably got many more. This is the business we in when we talking about spirituality. So yeah, I'm on a bit of a rant. It's just like, ain't nobody real no more. And I know it's some real ones out there, but it's very rare. Then we got a generation coming behind us, and it's like, they learning how to be real from fake people. So they super fake. Like, I'm sorry, like this next generation, I know every generation is different. I know it's a gap and shit like that, but this is a hell of a gap to try to bridge, yo. Because it's now to the point where you can't even approach the children and the youth in a real way. It start to feel to them like it's flagrant or something. It start to feel to them like you criticizing them or coming at them just from you trying to understand them in a real way. I can't do nothing but blame our generation and the generation before. And I don't even blame the generation before me for the situation that we got to clean up as just the ones that know. I call it chosen ones and all of that shit sound cool, but the actual work is tedious. Fuck out of here. The actual work is tedious. Everybody want to make spirituality seem like it's such a path of walking on clouds. Fuck out of here. It's a path of, I don't even know who I thought I was 3 years ago. That motherfucker's dead. Gone. Shit I thought I wanted, the people I thought I wanted to be around, gone. Killed that thought form. Killed those emotions. Killed those feelings. And when I say I killed them, that means I dealt with them. I sat with them day after day and checked on myself internally. And the more I do that, the more I realize it's a total internal realm of life that's the real life. And yeah, it's attached. You can't escape in this life. You can't escape the fact that the inside is directing the outside, and that's why people exhaust themselves being fake. And when I say being fake, I mean this. Let me be very clear. When I say being fake, meaning you know damn well on your inside that you feel one way, but you doing the opposite. We all have our little grace periods where we dysfunctional and shit. So I'm not even talking about that point. I got shit I got to clear up now. But I'm talking about, like, you gonna keep trying to justify your bullshit situation. You gonna keep trying to justify like who you are, like at your core, ain't intact. You ain't on the road of solidifying that shit. I'm scared of you. Because as we going on the journey to the top of the mountain, you might get cooled down. You might stop and leave me where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? You might get comfortable on a plateau. You might hit a plateau and don't want to go no further. It's hard to go with journey. You got to understand this. You're on the journey by your goddamn self. Period. There's going to be some like-minded people. You're going to meet some people that's you could work with and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you by yourself, man. Because anybody could be used and infiltrated at any given time. And I'm just saying, it's coming off as just cringy right now. The shit I'm talking about, it's just coming off cringy. Like, and I always been like this. I got, my sister like this too. We just can't stand, we like authenticity, man. This is the daily fight. I fight with myself even when I come talk on these platforms, it's like my whole thing is, am I being myself? I always question, am I being myself? I ask the people around me, when y'all hear me, do I sound like the same motherfucker y'all live around? The same motherfucker y'all talk to every day? I check on that. That's the ultimate goal for me, to express myself how I feel at any given time, without the consideration of how anybody else gonna think, as long as I ain't hurting nobody around me. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. So with that being said, aside of that, it's like, yo, I want people to be themselves and find themselves. We all go through periods of time where we kind of fronting and we don't really actually know where we stand with ourselves. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you got a real one next to you, doing real things, being real direct, and you ain't picking up off that drip, off that sauce, and you just still working harder just to keep your facade or whatever the fuck going on alive, that's oil and water. That's oil and water. And that's why I say to myself, that's why I ain't gonna say it's a lonely path, but it's a path of the loner, or of a lonely heart. You gotta be in this shit for the benefits of being on your spiritual path. Is the fact that you be able to just sit with yourself and be okay with yourself. That's the ultimate benefit. I don't care what nobody say. Being all right with or without. Being satisfied with or without. I ain't saying don't have no goals and no dreams, but a lot of the times when we put these things before ourselves, yo, shit get messed up, and we wind up not becoming actually the most authentic versions of ourselves. And that's in itself is a cliche statement. The most authentic version of yourself. The most expanded version of yourself, the potential. These are shit that get thrown around all the time. I'm talking about in real time, on a day-to-day. Like, is I'm tripping, or we in the Truman Show? All right, let me order this coffee. Hold up, order this coffee.
Hi.
How you doing? Can I have a medium hot coffee, 4 creams, 4 sugars, 1 pecan swirl? Yeah, 1 pecan swirl with that. Oh, yeah, okay. And let me get a large hot decaf made fresh. 1 cream, 2 coconut shots, 3 caramel swirls, and 5 sugars. Yup, and a box of glazed munchers, the 10-piece.
Anything else?
Nah, that's it.
Here, Bishop. Thank you.
All right, thanks. All right, roll my window back up. Yeah, it's, even the drive-thru ain't the same. Perfect example. It's like you watch the commercial and shit, and they got the food looking all good and all that. Then you go to the actual spot, and it'd be like, damn, this ain't nothing like the commercial. I want my money back. That's how I be feeling about people. Like, ain't nothing to you. You start bringing up real shit that's going on in the world. You start bringing up spiritual concepts and stuff like that, and everybody get quiet. Or now it's this surface level spiritual shit. And it's phases to this shit. And I'm just talking to the people. If you catching this vibe right here, man, skip over the bullshit. I've been there too. Love and light and all that. And you ain't nothing ever been love and light about my life. Only love and light about my life is the love and light I brought to my motherfucking self by literally just accepting myself. Period. Somebody got a bumper sticker that say screaming internally. I can't help but notice that. Screaming internally. And that's what I be saying. Like, so when you start doing soul work, and a lot of us been tapped in our whole life. Let's be real. Like, a lot of people out here throwing these slang words around like chosen one and all that and shit like that. That ain't no badge to really wear. You know what I'm saying? For the real ones. That ain't really no badge. Like, ain't nothing really fun about feeling like the eyeball out your whole life and having to grow into the acceptance of that. You feel me? Ain't nothing fun about that. Because you constantly, as a child especially, questioning yourself like, why I don't feel like I fit in with everybody else? Why it seem like something might be wrong with you or something. And then, of course, you got a lot of people around you that can help convince you of that shit. So you got to fight through that mental, that psychological operation just through your family, your friends, and stuff like that, just to get to being comfortable with yourself. And that right there is a whole journey in itself. That's a whole life journey just to get there. Now, then when you get there, you got to deal with everything and everybody that ain't there. Now you dealing with it you dealing with the same shit, but from a realer place. So now you starting to see, damn, a person can have a smile on their face, but like this bumper sticker that's in front of me, it says screaming internally. No, don't go cover that up. No, don't go push that under the rug. Don't sweep that under the rug because you're screaming internally. And those of us, like I said, that been really on this journey our whole lives and we can't shake it, we can't get with the rest of the world, like we just can't fit in. We could go in the room and try to be humble, they gonna pick us out. Feel me? We could see people screaming internally. And it's funny too, because you could get almost used as a appliance if you let people too close to you. That's why I don't fuck with people, man. Like, you got to be on the same frequency I'm on. When I say that, I mean you got to have some of the same similar thoughts and feelings and emotions and dealt with some of the same things that inflict some of the same ideas and shit of you about life that I have for me to really, really fuck with you. Meaning, like, you got to have something to lose almost. Because I don't have no time to play with my awareness. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the luxury of that. I don't have the luxury of acting like I don't know. I don't have the luxury of acting like I don't see. I don't have the luxury of pretending. So yeah, we attract a lot of people that go through a lot of shit too. Those of us, I don't consider myself no black sheep. I don't really understand the term or all of that kind of shit. To me, that's just me, or they call it the scapegoat or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm just the eyeball out. I just don't think like these motherfuckers. I don't read like y'all. I don't see like, I don't feel none of this shit like y'all. I don't experience this fucking reality like these weird motherfuckers. And when I say weird, what's weird is that it's a certain fucking thing called normal out here. That's weird. Meaning everybody didn't agree that this is how it should be. I don't feel that. I feel totally indifferent from that. But at the same time, I do understand it. I do understand the trauma. I do understand the conditioning in the program. And how do I understand it? Because I was once screaming internally. So I know that place because I come from it, because I'm there now. I deal with it every day. So we attract people that are screaming internally and they don't want to deal with their own unconscious shit, or they don't have the ability to do it, right? And that's fine. Perfectly fine. We gotta be careful though, because we attract these type of people to us and they don't. It's like when I used to play basketball, right? I was the one that was actually into basketball. My friends would tag along and shit like that, but their heart wasn't in that shit. Their heart wasn't in it. They'd be calling my phone 9:30 in the morning as we going to the gym. I've been at the gym 2 hours already. I really fucking do this. This is my life. I don't understand not having a journey. I don't understand life not being a path. I don't see that. I never experienced that. I don't know how to experience life without a theme to it. Without a segment, a cycle. It's people that have been around me that they watch me go through so many different stages in life, and they seem to realize like they don't even go through them stages like that. So like I said, we attract broken people too. Because since we've been able to doctor on ourselves and fix ourselves back up, and when I say fix ourselves, I mean get rid of the shit that don't work. Ain't nothing broken about you. It's just that you putting shit that don't go together. You putting ketchup on your birthday cake. I don't think them two things go together. So now you got a nasty cake. And I don't know. So we attract certain type of energies because, opposites attract, but I think like attract more. You know what I'm saying? They be saying opposites attract. That's true. Opposites attract because they so much alike. It's just showing you the polar opposites. And I'm gonna get into some. I'm gonna do a talk on the law of polarity and shit too. Because the laws is important. The laws of the universe is very important just to know them. So you could be able to correlate them with your real life and see how it play out in your real life. If you ain't doing it like that, or if somebody ain't telling you that's how it go, then they probably haven't seen how life in their spiritual path is one and the same. So back to like I was saying, we attract these broken people and these people that's lost, and that's cool or whatever the case may be. But you got to be careful, because I've experienced this in the past. Like, a person think I'm mysterious because I am, because I got a lot of energy that you can't put your finger on, because I do my dirt on my lonely. I be by my motherfucking self. I'm not trying to be an outcast. I'm not trying to be an outlaw. I'm not trying to be a rebel. This is just me, who I am. So it's like people pick up on that and they want to get near it. It's something unconsciously in them that want to see what that's about. So they're curious, because really, truly, deep down inside, they want to tap into that side of themselves, that energy that's inside of themselves that they're afraid of. So they try to use you as, I guess, the scapegoat. Like, all the damaged motherfuckers coming up and healing keep using the scapegoat and the black sheep. I ain't identifying with none of that. I'm just me. So when people identify with that part, they can't identify with that part of themselves. They be interested in about it within you and shit. So now they want to pick your brain and pick your heart, and they be thinking you got this answer or something. You gotta be careful of these type of people. They'll rub up under you thinking you got all the answers or something, because they see your poise about life. They see that you're not push and pull so much about the world. But these people are conflicted, because they still want the same fame and all of that everybody else want in the world, and they kind of interested into the eternal realm and shit. They shit is screaming, like the back of this bumper sticker that's still in front of me in the DriveThru says. They eternal realm screaming so much that they need to go to the spiritual. They need a spiritual doctor. So they see you as that spiritual doctor, rub up under you, and you be transmuting their energy form, and you be getting darker, you be getting more low, you be becoming more dense, getting more drained by these people. Because the thing about it is, when you helping somebody and they ain't helping themselves, it drains you, because now you can't even reciprocate nothing from them. And I'm just talking about energy. Because your energy should speak for itself. Everywhere you go, you're supposed to add energy. You being there itself should add a fucking royalness to where you walk. I'm talking this shit. This is not no ego. I'm just talking about us in our natural form. Us as the soul beings that we are. That's a royal space. And we gotta protect that shit. All right, let me get my coffee right quick, and we're gonna continue this conversation. All right.
Okay. There we go. Okay, that's a large.
Yep.
This is a medium.
I got the munchkins, right? Okay.
What kind of munchkins was it again?
Glazed, 10 glazed, yeah.
Hello?
Hold on, y'all. I just gotta get these munchkins real quick. We're gonna get ready to wrap this up. If I don't get a phone call, because I'm on the clock right now a little bit. It's a lot going on in just real life. But yeah, people cling to you and cling to your internal, get all close to your internal realm and shit like that, and try to think they gonna find an easy fix, because everybody's so used to instant gratification that they chase it. All right, thank you. Have a good one. So yeah, we naturally get conditioned and is living where we live and being raised how we raised, to fall victim to instant gratification. So everybody think they're going to pick up a spiritual book or something and they're going to have the answers. And then they're going to feel better. And when they get close to you and they realize it's a fucking journey. When they realize it's a journey and it's a day-to-day and they got to deal with themselves on a day-to-day, they be like, oh, hell no. And these would be the people that are behind closed doors and shit, feel conflicted about you because they realize you finding a form of peace within yourself. And this is what I'm learning about peace. Peace is even being void of happiness. It's just being, damn, this car is still in front of me, even after I turn, screaming internally. So, what I was saying, yeah, so when you, damn, I forgot what the fuck I was saying. I think I was talking about, these people would be conflicted with you on a low though. Because something inside of them is a little bit envious, like, damn, wait, I'm doing all of this shit. I'm posting all these pictures. I'm working all these jobs. I'm saving. I got all this money and I'm still not happy. And you telling me that you found peace? Because they subconsciously know you're peaceful. They subconsciously know you not at war with yourself. They subconsciously know you overcame certain shit. This is why people can have trillions of dollars and be hating on a motherfucker that don't got shit. Because the person that look like they don't got shit really didn't already had the realization that they have everything already. So we walk through this reality with a certain level of poise and a certain graciousness that most people don't have because they pulled and pushed by everything that happened externally. Right? So when these people come around you and they realize that they not going to do that work, or they don't make sense to them, or whatever you talking about, they thought you had a get well quick scheme or some shit like that. These same people, I ain't going to say they turn on you because they never really truly was able to be with you in spirit. But they'll start to aim their energy at you and try to belittle and devalue who the fuck you are and what you are. And what your beliefs are and things like that, and feeling like you shouldn't be able to feel peace or feel internally quiet and not internally screaming. This car is still in front of me, screaming internally. I guess that's the name of this shit. I might just start, being more expressive and let things just name itself. Usually I have a name for what I'm going to talk about or have an idea for what I'm talking about, and then I talk about it there. I'm starting to realize sometimes that put me in a box. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that boxes me off from my expression. So anyway, be careful. But a lot of us, we just been raised, been so real with ourselves in an internal space. Even times when we ducked off and try to get with the crowd, we realize very quickly, the universe let us know very fast, you're not one of them. Ain't saying you better, but you're not one of them. Because who has the awareness has the responsibility. To whom much is given, much is expected. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. God damn, all that cliche shit is real. All that cliche shit is real in real life when you start getting real about it. So now you dealing with people that y'all don't have the same goals because their goal might stop at getting to the bag, getting married, whatever, getting a house. Once they get there, they satisfied. So the whole time you've been walking next to these people, they've been having ulterior motives by default just because they elevated don't go that far. Shit for them ain't that deep. You ever hear? That's the new thing with this new era. It ain't even that deep, yo. It ain't even that serious. You doing too much. Like, you too woke. Like, you reading into it too much. Like, just chill. Those motherfuckers. Nah, I ain't chilling until I'm internally right. I can't. How the fuck could you actually chill? You think you chilling, you just avoiding some shit. You know what I'm saying? And these be the fakest motherfuckers in the world. Be the people that blow the whole mission. It be the type of people like the situation that happened with Nipsey and shit. You know what I'm saying? Nipsey Hussle, like, While the whole time you think y'all on a marathon together, this person is like, shit, I'm just trying to sprint right here real quick. They just a sprinter. It's a difference between running a marathon and sprinting. It's a big difference, because when you sprinting, it's real quick. You ain't even got to be in shape to sprint. But a marathon, your ass got to prepare for it. So be careful.